Here we are back at it again. Another night, another video. Tonight, we got another book that's very from an author. We got another book from an author that's very near and dear to my heart because like I've read so many of this man's books and it has inspired me so much. It's taught me a lot and also it's kind of reshaping me in a way to where like I'm constantly seeking out that development and improvement, right, from wherever I can get it from, even if it's from within my own experiences or from someone else's, right, or just someone else's input. I'm always seeking that out, right, and I love that for me, and I love that for anybody who's also on that path and that journey, because we need more people stepping up into these roles. And the author is John C. Maxwell, right? The book is The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader. And without further ado, let's get right into the discussion, y'all. What stands out to me about this book is that he breaks it down and he has an actual list of things that you can follow, things that's practical. And hey, it's 21 things, right? You can take this day by day, or you can take it week by week or month by month, however you want to do it. But for me, I just kind of try to soak it all in and take the biggest points, the main 3 points that apply to me the most, and I try to implement those immediately. I got a few notes that I have down about the book, and I'm gonna present them to y'all today. See what y'all think. Let me know if y'all interested at the end of the video. Let's get straight into it. The 21 indispensable qualities of a leader. Number one is character, right? He says, be a piece of the rock. And what he means by that is character is foundational. Your integrity, values, how you act in adversity, they reveal who you are as a leader. People follow trust. Character is a choice. Maxwell emphasizes avoiding compromising and staying true to ethical principles. That's big to me because, like, okay, moment of vulnerability, right? I remember playing sports in college and I was just in my head a lot, like at one point in time, because I felt like I was failing at life. And often to someone else's perception, and someone else's perception, it looks different than what you're going through, right? And I would get a lot of backlash for that. And my coach just asked me one day, he was like, what's going on with you? And I was like, nothing. I'm just trying to get me together, right? And he broke it down. He was like, man, I'm gonna tell you this. Like when you good, like you up here, you can't be stopped. Like you're indestructible. Like when you're on your high, you're there. But man, when you're low, it's bad. And I was kind of taken back because to me it didn't seem that way. I just wanted a little seclusion. I just wanted to handle things on my own terms, how I usually handle them, right? But that necessarily wasn't the way when you're a part of a team. And I had to learn from that situation. So over time, I've gotten a little better not to just completely withdraw myself when things are like that or when things are happening in my life like that. But also, I know me. I know my temperament. I know my temper, and sometimes it's best for me to just step away and withdraw. But over time, I've learned how to overcome that and how to deal with it better, if that makes sense. Now, number two is charisma. The first impression can seal the deal. Charisma helps attract people, a likability, warmth, relational skill. It's not about being flashy, but genuine. You make people comfortable, hopeful, motivated. In the book, he says charisma involves caring about others and having confidence. I think that's all charisma is, honestly. Like, it sucks to say because a lot of people would agree that we don't care about being liked. But in the world that we in now, man, like people have to like you. That's just how it is, y'all. I had to learn that, and I had to learn it the hard way. If people don't like you, if you're not a cultural fit, it's going to be very, very, very difficult for you to get in the door. And if you get in the door, it's going to be even more difficult for you to move up, right? In any ladder you're trying to climb. So you have to be likable. You can't just be this angry, chip on your shoulder all the time, dry person, no humor, no personality. Even if you are good at what you do, if that's the case, you probably just need to go like be an entrepreneur or go to blue collar work or something like that. But working with a team probably ain't for you. Like you have to be likable, man. You have to be warm towards people. You have to draw them in some kind of way. And being cold is not that way. So number three, commitment. It separates doers from dreamers. Mm. Leaders must commit to their values, their vision, their people. Commitment precedes achievement. Without it, ideas stay dreams. Acts of consistency, even when the things are hard. That's facts. But I'm gonna be honest, this is something that I've always implemented, right? Until I can say like really up until about like 5 to 7 years ago, like commitment wasn't really a big thing for me because like I say, I've always been a part of a team. I've always been, looking out for my guys, and I've always been that kind of pillar for them. But when I'm talking about commitment, I'm talking about like that unwavering loyalty, right? That all out dedication, 100% bought into the program and what's going on. I feel like that's the only true way you're gonna get 100% out of whatever you want out of something is if you 100% bought in. Like I say, it has to be unwavering. That commitment, that dedication, that persistence. It has to be because you don't need those distractions. You don't need anything to throw you off track when you're trying to reach a goal or you're trying to move up. So I like that. Number four is communication. Without it, you travel alone. And communication is how people know where you're going. Clarity, simplicity, sincerity matters. Also, listening in this chapter tied in. What you express and how you express it shapes whether people follow. If you've been around women, you understand this. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I remember being in sales, right? I remember being in sales and I had almost a feud with somebody about this because they posed a question like, "How do you get people to buy?" And I was like, "Oh, like you just like present to them the quality and the value of the product or service, and you just really like highlight all the great things about this." And he was like, "No, people buy off feelings." And I was like, "That's stupid. Why would they do that?" Like, no matter how you feel about this product or service, it could still be a crappy product or service. And he was like, "I'm telling you," and I ain't gonna lie, we went back and forth for about 15 minutes of me giving him example after example. And he was like, "You're still wrong." And I had to swallow that, right? Pause. I had to swallow that because as I came to learn, when you're interacting with people and talking to people and dealing with them, feelings are a real thing. Like we're not rocks, we're not these just objects that just sit on the counter somewhere or on the bed on the dresser. We are human beings with feelings and emotions. Those are real. So you have to kind of tap into that when you're around people because again, if you're not and you're just being cold and you don't have a high emotional intelligence, you will lose it, right? And communication does a big thing for that. Not what you say, how you say it is what I always remember. So number 5 is competence. If you build it, they will come. People follow those who can produce results. Facts. Being good at what you do, continually improving, having relevant skills, competence builds credibility. In the book, Maxwell stresses that competence is more than just skill, it's reliability and results. I think once your foot is in the door, this matters. I think not so much upon first impression. Like charisma will 1,000,000% get you in the door, just from what I've experienced. Charisma will. People like you. They think you're funny. They think you're attractive. Like you're a good person to be around. You got good energy, great enthusiasm. That could get your foot in the door. But now that you're here, we want to see what you got. We want to see what you're about, right? And I think that's where the reliability and results come from. Because when people are just looking for placeholders, they can find that anywhere. And that's why I say charisma will get you in the door. But when it comes to people who are really trying to grow, really trying to improve, really trying to go higher in life, they want a competent person. They want a skillful person. They want all of these things, right? So it has to supersede that first impression, your competence, at least to me. Number 6 is courage. One person with courage is a majority. Courage means doing what's right despite fear, standing alone if necessary, making difficult decisions. Without courage, many other qualities are impossible to exercise. Yeah, this one was a big one for me lately. Like just me going out of my getting out of my comfort zone, me getting out of my comfort zone, doing a lot of different things, taking these steps, Just even me doing little videos like this, it takes a lot of courage for me because I'm very much to myself, want to be secluded, want to be in my own bubble, not want to interact and get out there and talk to people. I don't be feeling it. But lately, I've been trying to the do that more, trying to get out my comfort zone and trying to exemplify and exhibit more of my courage, right? If that makes sense. Trying to exhibit more of my courage lately. Number seven, big one, discernment. Putting an end to unsolved mysteries. Discernment equals good judgment, seeing beyond what's obvious, filtering information well, deciding wisely, especially in uncertainty. Leaders must know which battle to fight, which direction to take. This was always a big one, like especially like for my pops. He used to tell me like choose your battles wisely, because me as a person, as a personality, I'm not gonna lie. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of reading, and I'm very controversial in nature. But sometimes when things said to me, I be want to respond right then. Or if somebody say something to me and I know it's wrong, it's hard for me to just let it ride sometimes. So I have to say something back. And my pops used to be like, choose your battles wisely, because I ain't gonna lie, my mouth has gotten me in a lot of trouble in the past. But as you go older and you mature, you gain this level of discernment, right? Where you know which battles to fight. Number eight, focus. The sharper it is, the sharper you are. Focus is about keeping attention on what matters most, avoiding distractions, aligning time, effort, priorities. Leaders who scatter themselves are less effective. Facts. Spreading yourself thin. Uh, I make jokes about it all the time. Me and my wife, right? We make jokes about it all the time. Of like when we watch things on the internet or interviews, and somebody asks like, "Hey, what do you do?" And they go to listing 10 different things, and I'm like, it's absolutely no way on planet Earth you are great at all of those things. Is no way you are efficient at all of those things. Like us as humans, and as much information as there is out there now, is no way you have that bandwidth, right? You're not AI to be doing 10 different things better than everybody else. It's just not possible. Now, it may be a one in a billion talent out there who's just good at everything they do. It may be somebody out there like that. Like whatever I touch turns to gold, and I'm good at it. I'm talking about skills, not something that ties into one skill you already have, but different skills. Like you're an expert at math, an expert at science, an expert at reading, an expert at social media, an expert at building. Man, no, it don't work like that. So I think you got to focus on what matter, dwindle it down, have tunnel vision towards that one big goal that you want, and let all the other stuff come after that, right? At least that's just my thing. Like it goes back to the saying, like a jack of all trades, a master of none. And unfortunately, I feel like that now, but that's what I'm working towards. Mastering one skill, being great at that. And then all the other stuff that comes with it. Okay, I can be average at that. But this one thing I do, man, I'm better than everybody at it, or at least everybody around here. So yeah. Um, Generosity is number nine. Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. Oh, that's a big one. Generosity means giving time, attention, resources, encouragement. Helping others grow doesn't diminish you. Sharing credit and helping others succeed strengthens the team. This is gonna be another video for a different day, but it's me monsters. Like America got this bad. Y'all are me monsters, bro. Everybody is in it for me, for self, for those, right? And they feel like if I shout this person out or if I show this person some love, then it takes away from me. Or not being funny, you may be less skillful and less talented than that other person, or somebody else's attributes may be shining brighter than yours at the moment. So they feel like, "Mm, if I jump on that bandwagon, then it's gonna take from me," which I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm talented in a lot of areas, but then I find people that are far more talented than me in that area that I think I'm very talented in. And guess what I'm gonna do? I jump on a bandwagon because there's you at that. Now, at this one thing, like I ain't gonna lie, it ain't too many people seeing me in this one thing. But when I find somebody who's better at that, it don't hurt me none to get them props or shout them out or, hey, I'm going here, man. You want to come? I know you said you do this, but like, yeah, you him when it come to that. So come with me. Like I think that made me good. I am a big proponent of finding talent if I'm not the talent. I don't have any problem with that. But I'm not gonna lie, in the world of me monsters today, in our generation and in our time, it's just very hard. Number 10, initiative. You won't leave home without it. Initiative means doing what needs doing without being asked. Step forward, lead, act, take risks. Proactive leaders don't wait for perfect conditions. Yo, that's fact. That's facts. And if y'all know specifically in what we do, you know, um, initiative is everything, right? Taking appropriate action in the absence of orders. That's a thing, man. It really is. Like seeing problems before they happen or seeing things that you could address before it comes up is a big thing. Like I call it seeing into the future. Like that is a to me that's a superpower. People who can see into the future and say, "Oh, I can tell that this is about to create a problem, so let me go ahead and address it now. Let me go ahead and start mitigating the risk now." Right? That's a big thing initiative. 11, listening to connect with their hearts, use your ears. So listening is more than hearing words. Understand feelings, needs, nonverbal cues. Listening builds trust, reveals issues early, allows better guidance. And this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier, that emotional intelligence. You got to have a high EQ, right? Because just listening to words, and you can go and look this up to people who are far better at this, but body language and nonverbal cues are a majority of communication. It's not what people say out their mouth. It's the facial expressions. It's how they move their body and things like that, right? Because if I'm just hands down, oh, I'm so happy to see you. Do I look happy to see you? Like, no, man. So that's a big one, right? Listening to connect with people's hearts is a big thing. And I'm currently working on that as well. Number 12 is passion. Take this life and love it. Passion is what fuels perseverance. When you love what you do, it shows. Passion energizes others. Maxwell ties passion to vision in the book, also purpose and fulfillment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where I'm at now. That is like the level, the that's where I'm at now in life, right? I said like I joined this thing because I wanted to have fun. And when I say fun, it's because I want to have a passion, an enthusiasm, a certain happiness and love for what I do, right? Certain things just don't make me happy. It makes me money, but it don't make me happy. I have no feelings, no emotions towards it. So whether it goes up or down, I don't care. I just know it's a tool, right? So that's what I mean by passion. Like, yeah, do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I thought that was BS like 2, 3, 4 years ago. But then I started thinking, like, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm happy, I work a lot harder, a lot longer. I'm a lot less stressed. I'm a lot less angry. And now it don't the money don't really matter because I can make money doing other things that's minuscule and boring and that don't nobody care about for real. But if I'm doing what I love, it just don't feel like work, right? So it's cliche, but I like that. 13, positive attitude. If you believe you can, you can. Attitude often determines outcome more than ability. Optimism in the face of hardship encourages others. Positive leaders find possibilities. They don't ignore challenges, but believe in overcoming them. 14, problem solving. You can't let your problems be a problem. Problems are inevitable. Leadership is about addressing them rather than letting them fester. Problem solvers are able to see root causes, adapt, and list help, experiment with solutions, face them head on. 15, relationships. If you get along, they'll go along. Leadership happens through people. How you treat, understand, respect, love people matters. Strong relationships build loyalty, influence, teamwork. In the book, Maxwell highlights relational intelligence. And that's all I got for y'all today. Now, if y'all want me to go all the way to 21, I know I was almost there, but I feel like we covered all the big ones, right? We covered all the main ones. And though I went in order, I feel like those first 12 are what I need to implement most. And I feel like he probably didn't do this intentionally, but he ordered them in a great way. So that's all I got for the book, man. We got John C. Maxwell, 21 indispensable qualities of a leader. And if you think these are things you need to be working on, then I urge you to read the book and start implementing them today because it will change your life. It will reshape you as a leader and just as a person, right? But for me specifically, I always read his books and I always try to take something from it and start implementing it into my life as soon as possible. So again, if y'all thought this was interesting, man, leave a like. Or if not, it's all good, man. You can move on to another video. But if you have a book that you recommend for me on leadership or anything that's similar to this matter, then drop it down below. I'll check it out. If you want me to do a review for that, then hey, drop that down as well. I'll read it. I'll come back to you with a review and we can chop it up about that. But I have nothing more for y'all. Y'all have a great night. I'm out.